Hey guys, welcome to sportsreview.com. I'm Natalie Rydstone and we're powered by Pinnacle and we are doing our Premier League rundown week 14. Guys, thanks for being here.
Yes, very, very professional today, wasn't I, Nat? I got all of the email over to you, did I not, this morning about 7 o'clock?
Yes, you did. And as a result,
and then what?
I printed it out, I highlighted it for you. Look here.
Yeah.
All my handiwork.
Absolutely. Consequently, I got everything done for me. I've got everything highlighted. I've got all of the winners, unlike Nigel in London, who is just trying to wing it.
I was very unprofessional. I forgot
Nigel, we're in week 14 now. I need your tip and I need your odds. You've got to remember. It's on camera now. I've told you.
Very unprofessional.
Yeah.
Not professional at all by me. I apologise. And I did get told forcefully in the email as well. So sorry about that.
You sure did.
And you underlined things on the to make the
underlined capitals to make the point.
Yeah.
And actually, you at home, his Twitter handle is Seeley_Nigel. So if you want to message him to remind him next Thursday to send tips and odds, greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll be doing that because we're very professional. I've got it all printed out. I've got it all highlighted. And like I said, Nigel over there, he's just winging it.
Yeah. Well, listen, actually talking as well here, both Nigel and I made a loss last weekend, but who made a profit?
Well, I don't know. Tell me who made a profit.
I think you did, JJ.
I did. So what am I? Where am I? What am I now for the year?
Well, I don't know. It's going to come up on screen, but you're in you're in profit. We came down. You were on borderline. You were about just over on evens there.
That's what's happening. I'm getting better and better, and you guys are on a slippery slope. And I will be top by the end of the year. I said it here at the start of the season, and I will prove it right. And more importantly, I've got the winners again this week.
All right, looking forward to it. All right, let's start, guys. Manchester City versus Chelsea.
What a game, that.
What a game. I'm going to start with you, Nigel. Let me actually quickly on the odds here. Man City 2.15, Chelsea 3.6, draw 3.61.
Can you say that faster, Nat?
Nigel, what do you think? Do you think Man City should be favourites?
I think they should be favourites. Home advantage is the massive crucial factor for them here. Their league form hasn't been that great, but they're on a bit of a good run now. They've qualified for Europe, so they solely concentrate on the Premier League. But this is a Chelsea side that don't concede goals. 6 clean sheets in their last 7 matches. They've won 7 on the spin. They're top of the table. Both of them have got the top goal scorers in the Premier League, in Costa and Aguero. But I think that here, I think it's going to be cagey. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring goal that we expect. I'm looking at the unders in the total goals market. I think under 2.5 goals could be a play here. I think this will be really, really, really close. And 1 goal will win it either way. And I'm not quite sure where to go. But I'm going to go for under 2.5 goals. Man City won 3-0 this fixture both times last season. And they're unbeaten in 5 against Chelsea. So that's a good omen for them as well. But I think against the norm, swim against the tide, under 2.5 goals for me.
That is swimming against the tide because the last 3 matches have seen 3 or more goals. I'm actually going to take it. I think Chelsea could get something out of this. I think they're top of the league. They've only got the Premier League to focus on this season. And I think they'll want to keep their top spot there. Liverpool sort of like nipping at their feet there. I think they're 1 point behind. Yeah. I'm going for Chelsea and the draw. Double chance, 1.8.
Why is Nigel talking like this? What's up with you, mate? You got a bit of a cold as well?
I've got a sore throat, JJ.
That's why you weren't very professional this morning on the email then. He's blessing.
It's -7 degrees in London.
Good. Serious?
You deserve that. That's very, very good. You really deserve that. Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen here. I'm taking Man City to win. I think it's a tremendous price as well, like Nigel there said, 2.15. I do agree with him. I do think it will be a cagey affair, but I think that's tremendous value. Like Nigel said, the home advantage, I think, is going to be crucial here. And at 2.15, I mean, that's got to be worth a punt all day long, my friends.
Yeah, it's not a bad bet. I don't know. I just feel confident with Chelsea at the moment. I think it could even end in a draw, but you're confident, Man City, all 3 points.
Very, very confident indeed.
All right, there we go. Kind of a bit of opinions divided here, but guys at home, let us know what you're going for in this match. Moving on now, Tottenham versus Swansea. Tottenham 1.36, Swansea 9.86, and the draw 5.36. All those odds with
Pinnacle. I'm not very happy with Pinnacle, actually.
Why not?
Because I lost a lot of money to them last week. I had a great time on the Premier League, but my NFL wasn't very good. But I love Pinnacle. They do give the best odds, and they have the highest limits, which is good for me. And I may load up on this game. It's Bob Bradley. I have got the name right, Nigel, haven't I? The Swansea manager.
That's the man. That's the man.
The American guy, first American manager in the Premier League. He's having a bit of a nightmare like Nigel. And what I'm doing on this game, I'm taking Spurs minus 1.5 on the handicap, Asian handicap there, 1.95. They may put 3 or 4 past this team.
Yeah, I'm just worried because Swansea are scoring goals, though. I think that Tottenham do have a tough defence. I think just 4 goals conceded at home. I think Swansea could score in this match. Nige, over to you.
I'm agreeing with JJ. I've gone for Tottenham minus 1 goal. I think Tottenham are good things here. I really do. I know Swansea won their last game 5-4 against Crystal Palace in that end-to-end game there, but conceding 4 goals against Crystal Palace is, with me, it's a concern for me. When you're going up against Harry Kane and all the sort of attacking ability that Tottenham have, they're going to concede as well. They may get the goal, but I think Tottenham will get at least 3. I think this will be a very one-sided win. I agree with JJ minus 1.5, but I've gone for minus 1. But I think Tottenham will win comprehensively.
Not like you to agree with JJ. Are you tailing the winner here?
No, but you know what, Nat? There's been a few of my followers on the Twitter that said when Nigel and I agree, and particularly when we all agree, there's absolute gold. So the 2 out of the 3 of us are on the same consensus on that one.
Well, I'm slightly agreeing because I'm going for the over 2.5 goals, and I think there's a touch of value at 1.6, and I think that's going to drop. I just wouldn't be surprised if we see a Swansea goal. That's all.
Yeah, well, they were all on the same page. And like I said, when we are all on the same page, it is magic.
Yeah, except when we all went for the Leicester win.
Yeah.
Last week.
Moving on.
Okay. All right, moving on. I'm going to let you introduce this match. Go on. Who's playing?
I've been thinking about it all morning. Guess who's playing? I don't know what Nigel's going to do here. West Ham, who he absolutely loves.
It's like a secret love.
His mate's the CEO or something, and he goes there every week and watches West Ham, and then he claims he's an Arsenal fan. What are you going to do, Nigel? Are you going to the game?
I won't be going to the game, mate. No, I won't.
What?
I won't be going to this one. No, I'll be watching it at home with my son. One thing I do think you'll see, a very good game of football. I think West Ham not winning main matches. They haven't won in their last 5, but they're scoring goals again. Andy Carroll might be back. Antonio's playing. I think they could score goals. It was 3-3 last season, this game. Andy Carroll caused Arsenal all kinds of problems. I fancy goals. I think both teams will score over 2.5 goals. I think this will be a really, really good game. 6 of the last 7 Arsenal matches, both teams have scored. And in the last 5, West Ham have scored. And if West Ham have scored against some good opposition, they scored 2 against Tottenham in a match they should have won. They scored 2 against Manchester United in the 2 games they played. So they're going forward. They look like scoring, but defensively they're all over the place. And Arsenal are great going forward, as we know. And I think this is all about goals. Lots of goals in this one.
Yeah, but this is the first. Obviously, the last 3 all draw there was at the old stadium. This one's at the new stadium now at West Ham. Will that make a difference?
I think it will suit Arsenal, actually, because it's a bigger pitch to pass the ball around. And I think Arsenal will probably win the game. I think the conditions will suit Arsenal. But I just think I think whenever these two sides play against each other, if you go back through history, wherever they played, there's always been goals. They bring the best out of each other. And I think this will be a really good game of football. But I fancy Arsenal to nick it in a high-scoring game. But the goals angle is definitely the way to play for me. All
right, so goals, what about you?
Well, I like what he's saying there about nicking it. And like you said, you got good contacts there at West Ham. Is Carroll going to be fit, Nige?
Well, they reckon he'll be play a part in the game. Whether he'll start or not, I'm not sure. He'll probably be on the bench. But he will cause Arsenal no end of problems. They can't handle that. Very,
very physical, traditional English centre-forward, as they say. I'm actually taking on this one. I'm taking West Ham plus a goal, plus 1 goal. And I'm getting 1.95. I think it's going to be a very close affair, like Nigel's saying. But that's why I'm taking them there, plus 1 goal. I think it's a great bet.
I think there'd probably still be some value if you played 1.5 on that one. I'm sure that brings the odds to about 1.7, but that gives them like a 2-goal lead.
I like to keep it always above 1.90, don't I? So that's why I'm doing it on the plus 1 then, Nat. But thanks for that, by the way.
All right. I'm actually going to go for the straight Arsenal win. At Pinnacle, Arsenal's price right 1.75.
That's a good price, really.
But at Stan James, you can get it for 1.8. So shop around for your odds, guys.
What's up with Stan? Is he on the sauce again?
Was that a joke?
Is it drinking again? No, the price there, 1.8. I think that's a ridiculous price. You caught what I meant there, Nige, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I know. I got exactly what you meant, Jake.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
That's it.
Sure he did.
No, I just think
Sure
that's it's a good price. That you're getting a very good price there.
Well, I'm going to go for the Arsenal one.
1.8 for that win. I mean, that's a very, very good price. I mean, they are a better team, but like Nigel said, they do bring the best out of each other, and I think they'll win by. I think it'll be a very close game, and that's why I'm taking West Ham plus a goal.
Yeah, you didn't want to take the Arsenal win there, Nige.
I think they will win it. But 1.8 does look a little bit.
What is your official pick, actually, Nigel? You're all a bit over the place on that one.
I'm going for the goals. Mate.
Right.
Well, what's the odds for that?
Over 2.5 goals. I haven't actually looked at it at the moment, but I reckon...
I know you haven't. I think that one, because I found your odds for you to do the graphics for the video, is 1.5. I was like, no, surely he wouldn't. I thought, well, that's a little sneaky one he's thrown in. 1.5. That's an accumulator bet, not an actual bet. But
yeah, it's one for the accumulator. It's one to keep the profit just ticking over.
Yeah,
but I do think you'll win. I think goals is the way to go. Really do.
Very unprofessional. He hasn't got it printed out and highlighted like I have. Like I told you, he's just winging it over there.
I haven't got a computer this week, mate. That's why.
Are we talking to you?
on his phone. On his
phone. You need to get a grip over there, mate. Come on, Matt. Moving on. We got things to do here.
Crystal Palace versus Southampton. Crystal Palace 3.53, Southampton 2.26, draw 3.4, all those odds with Pinnacle. Southampton, they're having a tough time. They haven't won a match in 7. They've lost 6, drawn 1. They're in 17th place. Serious relegation candidates here. They are not favoured on their turf. But then the Saints could be a bit hit or miss. Do you think, would you put anyone off playing Saints or Saints draw no bet, Nigel?
Not at all. I think Southampton win this game. They played really well in midweek against Arsenal in the Capital One Cup.
They did.
I know Arsenal didn't have a good team out, but they won 2-0. They've got goals in the side. Charlie Austin scoring goals. They've got a very good defence, good manager. They're a very underrated side, Southampton. And I think they'll go to Crystal Palace and win. I think Crystal Palace are a side in terrible trouble. No side have performed worse in the year 2016 than Crystal Palace. And I think in the last 3 years, in the team that have come runner-up in the FA Cup final, they've been relegated the next season. And Crystal Palace were runner-up in the FA Cup final. Alan Pardew, I'm hearing, is very close to losing his job at Crystal Palace, and it wouldn't surprise me if he was gone before Saturday. So I think Southampton win this convincingly. And if they do get rid of the manager before then, that is the only reason why I think that Crystal Palace may see a reaction. But if they stick with Pardew, I think this is trouble for them. I like Southampton a lot. Yeah.
Is there any odds on Pardew leaving right now? Any money to be made there?
I looked today. He was 1.8 to be the next Premier League manager to go. I had a text from someone today who's at the club saying to me that he would probably be going sooner rather than later. So I'm not sure whether they'll give him to the weekend or whether he's got a last chance to win. But it's obviously something's gone wrong there. The players aren't performing for him, and Palace are a team worth taking on at the moment.
Well, I'm not doubting your information, but wrong, and wrong. I think the players bounce back here. There's a very difficult place to visit there in South London. Very passionate fans they are at Crystal Palace. I think the players respond, and I think the price here is a bit absolutely insane. I'm going to love it. I'm going to get the wheelbarrow out. I'm taking the Palace win, and I'm getting 3.53 with our friends at Pinnacle. Is that right, Nat?
Yep, that is right.
So, I mean, hopefully your mate don't text you whilst you're doing the show because you're on the phone, isn't it?
I'm worried about that, so moving on.
Yeah, go on.
Actually, talking about that wheelbarrow of yours, a bit dusty, isn't it?
Moving on, Nat.
But he's a bit of an oiling, I can imagine, your wheelbarrow. I'm going to take both teams to score in this match. I'm staying away from the Saints win, although I am tempted. You can also get Saints draw no bet as well. Touch of value there, 1.61 for those who do play lower than 1.9.
Yeah.
Both teams to score 1.83. I think there's definitely a goal in either side. Yeah. Maybe a 2-1 win, something like that. But I think we're going to see goals. Do you think we're going to see goals in this match, Nigel? Both teams to score?
Yeah, I think there's strikers there who are in form. I mean, Palace had no problem scoring goals. He scored 4 last week. It's conceding and they've got the big problems with.
Yeah.
Southampton have got an informed striker in Charlie Austin. So, yeah, goals look on the menus for sure.
All right, there
I
you
like
go.
your bet now.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You are still a little bit higher than me, aren't you, I think, in the table. I think you're top, Nigel's second, but of course he's not as capped as many games as you and I. And I'm there like a very close second and just about to storm through and take first spot, aren't I?
Oh, good luck. Good luck with that one because I feel confident with my bets this week.
Okay. Well, I'm very, very confident.
Extra hard to make up for last week.
Okay.
All right, Stoke versus Burnley. Stoke 1.64, Burnley 6.22, and the draw 4.0. All those odds with Pinnacle. Last head-to-head in May ended 0-0 at Burnley. However, I think Stoke there, they've got 2 home wins on their turf. Burnley 0 wins on the road. You have yet to win. I like the Stoke win, but I'm actually going to take the Stoke win is low, 1.6. I'm going to take Stoke and the under 4.5 goals. You get that 1.9 at Stan James.
Right, well, I'm with you on Stoke. I got a bit of I got a new mate on Twitter who's a Stoke fan. He told me off because I called him Stoke Rugby Club last week, didn't I?
Yeah.
And he said that was like, you know, in 2011 or something. But they have been performing well, and I do think they are far superior to Burnley. So this week, my friend, I am going to be a Stoke fan, and I am going to take Stoke -1, and I'm going to get 1.8 on that. They could put 2 or 3 past them. What do you reckon, Nigel?
I'm not really going to have a bet on the game. It's a no bet for me. But if I were, I would be all over Stoke. So, I mean, I can't make any case for Burnley whatsoever. But I think the shorter price is short enough. I mean, there's no real value for me at the prices. But I think Burnley just don't score goals on the road. They've only scored 1 goal away from home all season. They've been beaten to 0. Maybe look at Stoke to win to 0. I thought that was a potential bet in this game. But I think the Stoke price is a little bit too short for me to get involved in. Burnley were woeful on their last away visit, losing 4-0 against West Brom. They were terrible in that game. And they're a completely different side on the road to what they are at home. And Stoke, I agree with you all. I think Stoke will probably win it. But I didn't have a bet because I thought Stoke were probably a little bit too short for me to get involved.
Yeah, well, that's why I put it. I combined it with the under 4.5 goals because I don't think Burnley will score either, and I can't see Stoke scoring 5-0.
What price are you getting for that game?
1.9.
Yeah.
Not bad, is it?
Not bad. You're getting another a 0.1 more than me, aren't you?
I am indeed.
There we go. It could make all the difference at the end of the year, couldn't it?
Talking, you were saying about the Stoke Rugby Club. Remember as well, you were talking about Wide Boy. Well, somebody admitted. They said, oh, it was me that called him the Wide Boy. But he said, but I think he's meant it in a good way because he said that he would love to go out for a drink with you and Mike Brenner. He said that you two would be a real laugh to go out for a drink. Well, I have to say, I have been out for a drink with him, a sore head the next day, and a very good night it was.
Well, he's a very, very smart man. I really, really like that, man. He's talking a lot of sense there.
All right. Okay, Sunderland versus Leicester. Oh, do we take that Leicester bet?
Oh, Leicester, that has been a nightmare for me, haven't they? This? I don't think I've had one winning bet on Leicester, Nigel. Just like Champions League club and that's it, mate. What do you reckon?
Mate, I couldn't believe they got beat last week and then, getting 2 goals and getting the draw. I couldn't believe it.
Cost me a fortune.
These are 2 sides that I can't get an angle on at all. I mean, Sunderland have been atrocious and they've hit a bit of form. They played all right at Liverpool for long periods of the game last week.
I mean, it was like the 80th minute they broke them down, mate, wasn't it?
You never know what Leicester side's going to turn up, and for that reason, this is my second no bet. I'm not going to have a bet on this game. I'll bet on every other game, but this one I just can't get an angle on. I mean, it just really is. It looks an impossible puzzle. So hopefully you can steer me in the direction of a better bet. I just can't find one.
Well, everybody I speak to is still on the Leicester wagon. So do you know what? I'm gonna do it one more time this week. If this one lets me down, I'm not touching them with the barge pole, but I'm taking it. And Leicester winless on the road. They've got to pick up a win at some point. What I am going to do though, I'm going to play Leicester draw no bet 1.67. Also was looking at both teams to score, but from my record, it's Leicester draw no bet.
Well, unfortunately, Nat, you read that wrong. Fortunately, more importantly, I've got the dead read on the game. And I believe that Sunderland, and you crossed it out because I've got
there was the wrong odds, so put the right ones on.
Oh, okay. On the the thingy with the highlighter. Clipboard, that's what it's called. Thanks for that, Nat. Sunderland are going to win this one, 3.29. I won't be getting the wheelbarrow out on this game. This is a very, very difficult one to read. But like just looking at money patterns and looking at the price, you've got to take that because that's a tremendous price with, a flick a coin scenario. So 3.29, I absolutely love it. And I've just lost too much money on Leicester, so I'm done with them.
Yeah, same here. This is my last time. They got one more chance. Come on, Leicester. Pick up a win. It's a road win. Come on, you can do it.
No, they ain't doing it. Sunderland's winning.
West Brom versus Watford. West Brom 2.19, Watford 3.85, and they're all 3.29. All those odds with Pinnacle.
Yeah.
Looking at their history, there are a lack of goals in this fixture. Question is are we going to see any different? The under is 1.79. Are we going to see a lack of goals in this match?
I'm going for goals in this game. West Brom are a completely different side this season than they have been in seasons before. Tony Pulis is playing some very, very attack-minded football, and Watford have got goals with them. Troy Deeney scored 10 goals this season. In 2016, Rondon scored 10 goals as well. 2 strikers banging form. West Brom scored 4 in their last home game against Burnley. I think this could be the surprising package of the weekend. On paper, it looks like a 0-0, but I think this could be surprising, and I think this could be goals in this one. I'm going for over 2.5 goals, and both teams to score again. So goals for me, certainly in a game that historically doesn't, as you say. But this season, these two sides are very, very different to what we've seen in years gone by. So definitely goals for me in this one.
Goals, goals, goals. I haven't said that for a while. That's not what I'm doing, by the way. What I'm taking is Watford plus half a goal. I think that's a tremendous bet. And the price I'm getting on that one there at 1.8, I think is an incredible price. I mean, Watford could actually, 1.8. I mean, they could actually win the game, but I'm just taking a little bit of insurance there, getting as close to 1.9 as I can, and plus a half a goal. Watford is a banker, my friends.
Wrong, JJ.
You're nearly speaking German then. Wrong.
that sounds like Chinese.
All right.
Wrong. No.
Get your R's out now. Come on.
I'm going for West Brom win. Why am I going for West Brom win?
Tell me. 3
back-to-back wins, home advantage. Watford have been a little bit hit or miss. I'm going for the West Brom win. Money in my wheelbarrow, 2.19.
Well,
JJ, who would you go for on the outrights if you had to?
I'd have to go against you.
I know Nigel, sorry. I know what you're going
for.
I'm
going to go for the draw.
The draw, so that means I'll win then, Nigel, doesn't it?
Well, that settles it.
The draw for me.
There you go. 2 out of 3 we got here.
2-2 draw.
There you go, and I'll win my bet. Brilliant.
Okay. Everton versus Manchester United, a very, very tricky game. A lot of money is going on Manchester United, I have to say, even though obviously disappointing result last weekend, a match that they were supposed to win, lost money on that one as well.
Yeah.
But everybody seems to think from their midweek match that they're confident and they're gonna win this one.
They did my head in last week, Man United. I lost a lot of money on that.
As did Everton, I think.
Yeah, well, they didn't lose as much on that one, but on the United game, I lost quite a fair chunk of money. You're a United fan. I'm an Everton fan. What do you reckon's going to happen here, Nigel?
Well, the first thing I'd say is Manchester United have been putting in some decent performances and not getting the results. They had so much shots,
so unlucky,
so much possession against West Ham. They should have beat them easy. It was 1-1. Then the 0-0 with Burnley. I mean, the goalkeeper had a game that he'll never have a game like that again. But yet last night in the second half against West Ham, they played some of the best football I've seen them play for a long time, Man United. They look brilliant going forward. Martial was superb. Rooney. Since Rooney's gone out with you, JJ, he's been absolutely brilliant. I mean, since he's been out on the lash. But I think that Man United could really win this because Everton are struggling for any form. I think Koeman hasn't won in the last 6 or 7. There was a bit of disappointment to lose against Southampton last week, his former club. And I think Man United have to come good at some stage. Yeah. They're too good a side. They're too good quality. And I think they'll beat them. This is a tough place to go. But I think if they play anywhere near like they did in the second half against West Ham, I think they will beat an Everton side struggling for some form at the moment.
Yeah. And Nigel, I'm with you, but I'm taking Man United minus 0.25 there, 1.83. So if it's a draw, I only lose half of my money.
Very good bet. Very professional.
Go on, Evertonian.
Well, my first ever game was actually against Manchester United many years ago. Not many years ago. I'm not that old as Nigel, of course. When Kanchelskis was playing and Giggs was playing. It was an FA Cup match. It was my first ever visit to Goodison Park. And it's a bit of my heart talking here. As an Everton, I really hope we do a number on United. But we are struggling, but it still is a tremendous price, even from a gambling perspective, at 3.4. I mean, United have been so unlucky. I mean, they really have. And I have got United to win the league, which is not looking very tasty at the moment. But I'm taking it as a very small play, and I'm taking Everton to win. They definitely have got the credentials to beat United, but United have been so unlucky. And at some point now, it's got to turn around, hasn't it?
It does, but honestly, you are betting with your heart. Your heart does not make money. Your head does. We're here to gamble. We're here to make money.
Well,
Why you're throwing your money away on an Evertonian win? I
won't put
no
much
idea.
on it. Just like $100 or something. But I'm not getting carried away with it.
It's your heart. That's a heart bet.
It's a bit of a heart bet.
Lets you down every time.
Bit of a warning at home. I'm not done well on Everton, have they? They've been really
you've lost every time you bet them.
messing up my record, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, maybe I should pass next week on them, but if they win 2 or 3, I'll look like a legend and I'll do a victory dance.
God. Do you think he's going to make any money with that Everton win, Nigel?
Not a chance. Man United win this. It's
Well,
quite funny because
unlike Nigel, it's not difficult. He's like when he's watching West Ham Arsenal, he doesn't care who wins, does he? Because he supports both teams. So yeah, it's a bit difficult for me, mate, because I actually do love my club.
My first trip to Manchester United was to see Man United Everton as well. And Everton won 2-0, and a certain Ryan Giggs made his debut. There you go.
It could have been the same game I was there when I was there as a 7-year-old kid. With Nigel's age, I'm doing the math here.
I was 22.
Probably about right.
Okay. Bournemouth versus Liverpool now. Bournemouth 4.91, Liverpool 1.75, and the draw 4.02. I have to say, I think that's really great value there for the Liverpool win there, 1.75. They're just a point behind Chelsea. Now, if Chelsea, you know, they've got a tough match at Man City, they could lose, they could draw, giving Liverpool that chance to overtake them. This is a must-win against a Bournemouth side, and I think that they'll be able to do it. And I think 1.75 is an awesome price. Well, you like him?
It's a bit strange, that price, because the Asian fanatics get a bit carried away with Liverpool, so
Yeah,
I'm a bit surprised at that price. It's so juicy. I'm actually taking the handicap, and I'm getting +1 on Bournemouth at 1.9. I'll probably get a better price, to be totally honest with you, towards game time when that Asian syndicate money pours on Liverpool. What do you reckon, Nigel?
Yeah, totally agree with you, JJ. I think Liverpool gets punted in for this game. I think they'll be too strong for Bournemouth. The one thing that I find with Bournemouth is every time they play a big side, like the Man Uniteds, the Arsenals, the Chelseas, they always lose, but they go down with a bit of a fight. You know, they lose 3-1. They 3-1 last week to Arsenal. They already lost this season already to Manchester United. I think that was 3-1 as well. And what they do, they beat the teams around them. So they'll go to West Brom or go to Stoke and win, but then they lose to the big guns. I think Liverpool will be far too strong. They rested all their team in midweek when they played in the League Cup quarter-final, the win in that. And I think that Liverpool will be far too strong here. And my advice is, if you fancy them, take the 175 now, because I think they could start at around 166, 167 come kick-off time.
Yeah, I really believe that will happen. Definitely get punted in. The traders will have to definitely move the lines on that, all jokes aside and that. But I made money on them last week. Then I had Sunderland plus 2.75.
Yeah,
it was 0-0 to about the 80th minute. And I think that +1 goal, and I think I will get a better price on that come kick-off time as well.
Yeah, but you're still taking Bournemouth +1 though. You
still
really
taking
think
them.
it's
Yeah,
going to be a narrow victory?
I really do. Yeah, I think I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't really like Liverpool, do I? So another warning. But no, I always like going against Liverpool, because you always get very, very good prices because of the public money. They seem to be the biggest public money ever, and I think that's a very good price now.
All right, Middlesbrough versus Hull, Monday's Premier League fixture. Now, this fixture, although we seem to complain about it every time we have them, and we're like, oh, this is not a very good fixture, has seen plenty of goals, right? We get goals on a Monday for some reason. Why is that?
You're not going to get any goals on this game. That's what's happening here. There won't be no goals on this game at all. I'm taking Hull +1 goal. I haven't got really much to say about it.
Really? I like the over 2 goals. So if we just see 2 goals, I get my money back. If we see 3, I make money. 1.66.
I do know it works.
I think we're gonna. Well, I'm telling our viewers here just in case.
Okay, all right. Sorry. What do you reckon, Nigel? Fired up.
I agree with you, JJ. No goals in this game. No goals at all. I think this will be a really low-scoring match. It'll be absolutely freezing cold on Monday night up there. No one will want to go and watch the game. It'll be awful. I mean, I think the fact is we've got the goals, historically on the Monday night, and this game fixture may have produced games, but this is a huge game for Hull especially. They can't go there and lose or go there, and they've got to get something from it. And I think you'll see they're going there negative for tactics. They'll probably put 10 men behind the bus and be happy with a point, and the 0-0 would suit them. I don't see many goals at all. Under 2.5 for me. Both teams to score no. And if it's probably pushed, I'd probably say Middlesbrough nick it 1-0. But the goals angle go against them. That.
Yeah, but Nigel, may I cast your mind back to last Wednesday when you said the same thing, or when on the last Monday match you said no goals. How many did we see?
Well,
yeah. So
well,
are you sure?
But don't worry about this game now. I'll be washing my hair then. I'm not watching that game. That's a ridiculous game. Monday night football. I don't know what they're up to. And it'll be boring. It'll be 0-0. I got the +1. So I'll just look at the old iPhone after the game and count my money. But I ain't watching that game. Rubbish game.
I'll be watching it, and I'll be watching my bet come in over 2 goals.
Good luck to you, Nat.
All right. Okay, that wraps up our show here, our Week 14 rundown. We will be back next Thursday, same time. Hopefully the guys will remember to send their tips and the odds at the same time.
Yep, just follow my lead, Nigel.
Would really help me out. And then if you guys want to go and follow them, JJ is a winner, his Twitter handle, and Seeley_Nigel is Nigel's Twitter handle. Guys, thanks so much for your
And the toilet's fixed as well now. Did you get the
No, it's not fixed.
It's not fixed?
It's not fixed.
I used the other toilet today, like I said, out of service. I'm on the ball, see? And that's why it's going to be a great weekend. So have a great weekend, guys. And then you too, Nigel, stay safe there. If you go to that West Ham game, I wouldn't want you getting another nut on your head.
No, I'll be all right, mate, because I'll be in both ends.
All right, very good.
Do your research before you bet. Check out our ratings guide to see which books have the best ratings and sign-up bonuses. Open up several accounts and shop for lines at sbrodds.com. Always be ahead of the game.